Hello everyone. Welcome to another module of cardiovascular system embryology. In this we're going to discuss about the heart morphogenesis. Okay? The heart is the first functional organ in the vertebrate embryos that beats spontaneously at the week 4. This is very important. Week 4 of development. Okay? Let's talk about cardiac looping. This is the primitive heart which eventually goes under multiple changes, that it goes under the repeated rotations and leads to formation of the proper heart. Okay, the primitive heart tube loops majorly to establish the right and the left polarity. This begins at week 4. Now, when there is a defect in the dynein protein, or the cilia, then it can lead to dextrocardia, which is seen in Carter-Gner syndrome, which is also called as the primary ciliary dyskinesia. This is the pathology aspect of it. We'll discuss this in great depth when we talk about Carter-Gner syndrome. Okay. Now let me just show you different structures here. This is the bulbous cortex. This is the truncus arteriosus. Okay. These are the cardinal veins. This is the sinus horn. The sinus horn gives rise to sinus venosus, which further gives rise to multiple different kinds of structures in the heart. So what are those structures? These are the embryonic structures which gives rise to these structures in the actual heart. The truncus arteriosus gives rise to the ascending aorta and the pulmonary trunk. I'll show you the truncus arteriosus. This part gives rise to ascending aorta and pulmonary trunk. The bulbous cord is the structure in the green, gives rise to the smooth part of left and right ventricle. That is the outflow tract. The bulbous cordus gives rise to the smooth part of the left and right ventricle. The primitive ventricle and the primitive atrium gives rise to the trabeculated parts of both left and right ventricles or atrium respectively. The ventricles give rise to ventricles, atrium gives rise to atria. Now let's talk about the sinus venosus. The sinus venosus has two horns, the left horn and the right horn. The left horn gives rise to coronary sinus, whereas the right horn, this is very important. The right horn gives rise to smooth part of the right atrium, whereas the smooth part of the left atrium is given by primitive pulmonary vein. So the smooth part of the left atrium by primitive pulmonary vein, the smooth part of the right atrium by right horn of sinus venosus. Let's talk about endocardial cushion. We already know that endocardial cushion gives rise to atrial septum, membranous interventricular septum, AV and semilunar valves. We have already seen this in the module of septation, correct? Let's talk about the cardinal veins. These are the cardinal veins, I'll show you, okay? These cardinal veins, the anterior and the common cardinal vein gives rise to the superior vena cava, whereas the posterior, subcardinal and the supracardinal veins gives rise to inferior vena cava. Is it clear? Let's go to the next thing, that is the fetal postnatal derivatives. The structures in the fetus are given here and the postnatal derivatives are here. So the ductus arteriosus gives rise to ligamentum arteriosum, and similarly the ductus venosus gives rise to ligamentum venosum. Okay, where is the ductus arteriosus present? It is near the left recurrent laryngeal nerve. This is important. Okay, so ductus arteriosus to ligamentum arteriosum, ductus venosus to ligamentum venosum. We all know that foramen ovale gives rise to fossa ovalis. There's another structure called as the allantois, which gives rise to the urachus. This is also repeated in the nephrology module. Okay, this gives rise to the median umbilical ligament, median. Whereas the umbilical arteries gives rise to the medial umbilical ligaments. Please look at the difference. This is median and this is medial. Okay. As I told you, the urachus is a part of allantoic duct between the bladder and the umbilicus. Hence, it will again come back in the nephrology module. Now, the umbilical vein gives rise to the ligamentum teres, which is present in the liver. It is contained in the falciform ligament of the liver. Now, the last part, the notochord, gives rise to nucleus pulposus. Okay, so these are the postnatal derivatives of the fetal structures. This is more of a memorizing game rather than explanatory process. Okay, I hope you understood. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please click on the like button and do subscribe to this channel. Let me know in the comment section below which topics do you want me to explain. Thank you.